Is it me, or does Raekwon seem like he's like the winter soldier of this show? Like, Raekwon, like, just pops in every now and then, you know, lets his presence be known, says his little shit, and then he's out. Like, he almost plays no part to this story. I'm pretty sure they're going to go into his backstory as well. I'm pretty sure that every member of the Wu, besides you, God, is going to get their own backstory episode. This one was Meth. So maybe next episode will be Ray. But Ray is like, he's, like I said, he's like the winter soldier. He's almost like a wild card on this show that pops up every now and then, does his shit, and then bounces. Wu-Tang, an American Saga, Season 1, Episode 7. So first of all, the way this episode started out got me hyped because they played my boy Method Man's Judgment Day in the beginning. And that song always gets me hyped no matter how many times I hear it. So kudos to this show for having an ill soundtrack. Spoilers, by the way. If you haven't seen this, stop it right now as I'm getting into spoilers here. And let's get into this shit. So this was Method Man's episode. Well, not Method Man. He's not Method Man yet. Shotgun. And I'm still getting used to calling him Shotgun. So this is Shotgun's episode, his backstory. And I was into it. You know, I mean, I always like a good origin story, a good backstory episode. Just not for a finale. Wink, wink, Snowfall. I know some of y'all gonna watch this and be like, Snowfall wasn't a backstory episode, man. It was an alternate universe, you fucking dummy. Man, kill yourself slow. Drink bleach, motherfucker. Divine and Bobby are left to fend for themselves. My Dukes done went with Jerome to start a new life in Ohio. At first I thought Jerome was full of shit. He might still be full of shit, but for right now, he seems like he's cool. It was kind of sad to see Sis leave Dennis. You know, they seem to be young and in love, and Dennis wrote her a little love letter and left it in a book for, you know, hopefully they reunite again. But if anybody knows long distance relationships, that shit never works. She's going to go to another school. Another boy's going to sweep her off her feet. She's going to forget about Dennis. At the same time, Dennis, and the kind of business that he's in. Wait a minute. I keep calling it. Is his name Dennis? His name is Dennis, right? Or is it D? I'm just going to say D. I don't want to call him by the wrong fucking name and then get called out in the comments. Man, it's D, motherfucker. Where you get Dennis from? Yeah, man, so D, the kind of business that he's in, he's going to end up, you know, mess with a bunch of skeezers, and so we know how this goes. But I like seeing them together, man. They had a good chemistry together. I was a little nervous about this episode just because I'm still not really sold on David East playing Meth, you know, or Shotgun or whatever. But he was actually okay in this episode. I'm still getting used to it. I've said this, you know, a few times. We're 7 episodes in. I'm getting used to him playing Shotgun / Method Man. You know, he's kind of got the sound. He's kind of got the raspy voice thing going on, and even when he raps, you know, he emulates Method Man's style, you know, brilliantly. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause he's a real rapper. So I like when he raps. Definitely, I buy him as Meth. But you know, when he's acting, not so much. I mean, the thing about it, not to really call him a bad actor, but he plays Method Man too serious. Like. Growing up, Meth was always like, he was always clowning, he was always having a good time, he was the life of the party. He was really, you know, he didn't take shit too seriously. And here, your boy is serious as shit. But maybe this is how he was pre-Wu-Tang days. Maybe he was in a bad place and he was angry all the time. You know, that could have been the case. But I'm just the Method Man that I'm used to seeing was always like, you know, real lighthearted. He wasn't on that thug shit, really. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, you know, he was into pop culture. He knew his comic books and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He knew the kung fu movies, and you know, he was somebody that you could chill with and watch a kung fu flick and just like, you know, just chop it up with him. You know, David East's portrayal of Method Man is just really fucking serious and like, don't fuck with me or I will mess you up. And especially this scene in the club where the white dude approached him and he was like, you know, he tried him. I mean, not to say white dude didn't have that shit coming to him. He had it coming to him. I think the way Shaka handled it was, I think, the way most brothers would have handled that, like, you know, get out my face. Matter of fact, you know, some brothers would have probably knocked him out. The fucked up thing about that messed up his deal. So the whole thing with this, okay, so Bobby and Divine got to start over again. Bobby now is getting some notoriety with his music, and he gets discovered by Marlo, Jamie Hector. I don't know his character's name on this show. When I see him, I think Marlo, but a happy Marlo. And it's funny seeing him that way. I have to adjust to that too, because Marlo on The Wire is probably one of the coldest characters TV and movies, man. Probably one of the coldest characters ever, man. The dude was just stone cold, did not give a fuck. He had ice and vinegar in his veins. Like, he was like a hood Terminator, man. For real, him and Chris Partlow, man. So it's just funny seeing him now as this fur coat salesman / mogul or whatever, and trying to get Bobby in this deal. So yeah, so Bobby's trying to get on. He's trying to put his mans in them on. But after the shit that happened in the club, you know, Marlo don't want to fuck with Meth. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, leave your thug homies behind. I'll fuck with you. So he takes Bobby in. Bobby now changes his name to Rakim, the ladies' man, which I do remember that shit. So I was like, okay, they're going to throw the Rakim shit in here. Cool. And of course, you know, the episode ends with him in the record store. Not him in the record store, but D and Raekwon in the record store. And they see the album. And both of them probably lose their shit like, what the fuck is this? So I'm curious to see what goes on next episode. Is it me, or does Raekwon seem like he's like the winter soldier of this show? Like, Raekwon, like, just pops in every now and then, you know, lets his presence be known, says his little shit, and then he's out. Like, he almost plays no part to this story. I'm pretty sure they're going to go into his backstory as well. I'm pretty sure that every member of the Wu, besides you, God, is going to get their own backstory episode. This one was Meth. So maybe next episode will be Ray. But Ray is like, he's like I said, he's like the winter soldier. He's almost like a wild card on this show that pops up every now and then, does his shit, and then bounces. Overall, this is a good episode. Last week's episode was good as well. This show, for me, is really picking up momentum. I'm looking forward to next week to see where they go with this. And, yeah, y'all, solid episode. I dug it. What did you guys think? Are you feeling this show? Do you feel like this show is the shits? Are you like, well, you know, I love Wu-Tang. I love this show, whatever. Comment freely below. Thank you for watching. As always, this is Rashad G signing out. See you in the next video. Wu-Tang!